Hello, welcome to this playthrough of Elden Ring, where I will be in the co-pilot seat and Branwell will be driving. This is a lore playthrough, and in every video there will be spoilers, because this is intended as a vehicle for Branwyn to explain her theories on the lore of the setting. So if you'd rather develop your own theories without being influenced by other people's, or don't want to be surprised on some of the deep lore of the game, this is not a straight playthrough of just playing gameplay focused. This is a lore focused playthrough. So you might want to give this a pass if you want to avoid big spoilers. With that said, I hope you enjoy the video. And we're going.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring, or the lore playthrough of Elden Ring. I'm Bramlin, I'm here with Thryth.
Hello, I am here with popcorn.
Yay. So, since last time, I ran around and did a few things, just to, get them out of the way.
Cool.
So I went and got some graces, I went and grabbed some of the stuff that's just lying on the floor around here. Opened up a few ways and went up and found this cross, which I have yet to touch.
Interesting.
So, let's do this. I abandon here my eye.
So we've had a hand and an eye and a mention of flesh, right?
Yes, several mentions of flesh. And his what do you call it? Hesitation, vacillation. So we've touched that. We're going to go and quickly talk to Arnsback, who will lore drop for us about what that means.
Yep.
Righteous tarnished. What brings you here? I am much obliged. I can hardly believe it. He's divested himself of his very eye. Tender Miquella's eye is no mere morsel of flesh. It is a vessel of soaring grace, proof of his Empyrean lineage. I wonder, does Miquella the Kind intend to sever his very birthright, his fate as a child of the Erdtree?
Seems that whole lot is going through a whole lot to do just that.
Yeah, so the thing with abandoning the eye is interesting. He's if there is something about the eyes that proves you're an Empyrean is interesting. My theory is it's heterochroma. Which is interesting. A lot of people in Dark Souls stories are blind or have an eye removed.
Right.
And yeah, there's some other things that we get into later that some items indicate. So,
and you just made me remember Jury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, there are a couple of bosses that we can go and fight.
Okay, cool.
But I realized that I only have 3 out of 4 talisman slots. which doesn't mean I can't go and fight bosses. It just means I'm not at full strength.
So should we get the fourth
Um,
talisman slot? Is that an relatively easy thing to do?
so getting the fourth talisman slot means going back to the base game and getting to the palace in Lane Dell, which is relatively easy, but it's progressing the main game plot. How do you feel about doing that?
Will it mess anything up?
No.
I'm kind of fine with it if it make the combat issue a little bit easier, since we're not exactly going for, trying to do big full-on difficult combat stuff challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
cool. All right.
we've been zigzagging. We've been zigzagging the lore all over the place.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. I figure that the replay will be a bit more coherent.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I've been going and doing stuff away from our sessions is to bypass a whole bunch of like little things, so that we can get this done quicker and get to the the quote unquote proper playthrough.
Yeah. Because I don't think either of us has fun with evil playthroughs.
Oh no.
That arrow had a contrail.
Yeah, their arrows have contrails. Yeah, so we're just gonna run past these guys. Grab this. Did I already pick this up? Cool.
I feel like that's about the proper size for Rift's Glitter Boy 2.
Yes, definitely. Alright, we're gonna grab you. Gonna grab some help for this boss because we get Targoth and we can get Millicent.
Oh, yeah, Millicent seems to be always a good one.
Oh, yes. No, Millicent's excellent. So this is a malformed dragon knight. So there were, the Erdtree sentinels, big dudes,
Yep.
much like this guy, but
Yep.
these guys. So Langdale got attacked by a dragon a long time ago.
Yeah.
And these guys were like, how are we supposed to fight, defend the Erdtree against something like that? And they decided they needed to become dragons.
Oh, that's perfectly logical. Not.
Yeah, so that's why this guy's wielding dragon gear and wearing dragon-like stuff, and yeah.
I mean, there is, I believe, a Norse. There's a lot of trees falling. There is a Norse base to a lot of this game.
Oh, yes.
And Fafnir was a very greedy person who found the Ring of the Neblanung, and it slowly warped him into being a dragon. People don't realize that, one of the most famous Nordic dragons was a person to start with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fun. So yeah, which does bring us to...
I was also reminded recently that Huang Di, who is in mythology, in Chinese mythology, considered one of, if not the first human, is also sort of a dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he either has a dragon friend or is a dragon. But is also one of the 5 region's highest deities. And I bring this up because they would be well known to Japanese creators. Because Chinese and Japanese myths kind of blend into that entire area.
Yes.
But the first 5 regions' highest deities, the 5 emperors, were like statues, and the creative forces of the universe swelled around them for 300 years, and then they became the first humans. It's very,
Interesting.
very weird, and of course, there's probably only one of several variations on that.
So, good view coming up. Just
Yeah.
heads up.
Caveat: I am not an expert on that mythology.
Yes.
I stumble upon it in places because I tend to. That is a very beautiful view. I tend to do a lot with East Asian pop culture, and East Asian pop culture draws on their actual culture.
Yes. So that is the palace that we've got to get to.
Mm-hmm.
That is the base of the Erdtree, and that is the door.
Friggin' huge. That's like one of the trees in my green water books back when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's definitely world tree sort of reference.
Yeah.
So we grab this and we sit here, and Mellow will pop up.
My utmost thanks for bringing me to the base of the Erdtree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the purpose I was given. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent, and the power to turn runes into strength. Here, with you. I wish you luck in realizing your ambition. You have fought long and hard. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
It's like, you don't need me, I don't need you. We both have things that our paths split here. And there's our tailor friend.
And our tailor friend.
The seamster, you're so ready to make adjustments. Master, did you see it? The Erdtree. I don't really have the words for this, but I was so dazzled. I felt something stir in my breast. The Erdtree is waiting for you, Master. I know it, I do. I feel it in my bones. Oh, going so soon? Please do be safe on your journeys.
Yeah. So, this is where Bok will be for quite some time.
Okay. Whoa. That's not a statue, is it?
No, well, no. That is Grand Siax, the ancient dragon. So here is... This is a bit of a conundrum.
Yep.
Grand Siax is massive, right?
Yeah.
But, and, like, probably on par with the drake that we saw with its heart scooped out in the Shadowlands, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Neither Bale nor Placidusax are anywhere near as big as those two.
Are those even older dragons?
I don't know if they're. I mean, this is the question. Are they like. Were these like giant freak of nature dragons? Are they. Were they even older dragons from. It's difficult to say. The lore makes out like Granciax was sent to attack Landell by Placidusax, but, you know, history written by the victors, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, now these guys.
I
These
thought that
guys
was a
are
statue
heralds.
at first. Heralds? That doesn't sound great.
Yeah. So their lore items say that they turn up whenever there's supposed to be a big change of like a big metaphysical change in the way the way the world works.
Interesting.
Now, they do look weird and they don't look like anything else in the game. But there is FromSoft has had a character wearing a turban for a little bit. In the form of the so in the game Eternal Ring is all about a there is a godlike child that has been imprisoned by sorcerers because the child doesn't understand death.
Yeah,
And
that's not something you want with godlike power.
Yeah. And the game, you in the game you meet a woman who is one of the sorcerers and is trying to teach the child what death is and get him to understand what death is.
Right.
And, you know, the irony, quote unquote, is that it's her death that teaches the child what death is. And through that, the child immediately grows into an adult.
Okay.
In the epilogue, that child becomes a vizier for the king that your character is working for in the lore. And in the cutscene, he is wearing a turban.
Okay, so you think this is a manifestation of that same character?
Yes. Also, that would link them. That probably links them to the Monumentals. The Monumentals being the, like, guardians of reality.
Right.
Or at least the guardians of people against reality. Something like that. Their whole shtick is, like, making sure that mortals don't destroy the world by meddling too much with god things.
Right. Sounds very Fate Stay Night.
Yes. The Monumentals are the whole, like, are the sort of people who you're quote unquote working for in Demon Souls.
Got it. Okay.
There are also those they look like the child statues that we saw in Ballarat Tower a while back in this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, reasons why I think that the lore is all interconnected and people just think it's references to previous From Software games where there is supposed to be a much more... These are supposed to be much more solid connections than people believe. And I'm sorry, but I do have to switch back to the double-bladed sword.
These carriages,
because it does fire damage.
Right. The carriages here look kind of like the ones in Bloodborne.
Yes.
That's a creepy looking thing.
Yeah, Erdtree Guardian. Really easy once you... they're made out of wood, so you want a fire damage weapon.
Right. And they seem to have a big wind-up.
Yes. Once you know their move set, it's a lot easier to fight them. Back to the Bloody Healers. Take a sit. I don't think I'm anywhere near leveling up. Nope, I need another 100,000 runes.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you get to the point where like, oh, I've got 1,000,000 runes. a million Amarita in my case. Don't have enough to level yet.
Yeah.
Though this game doesn't seem to get as bad about high numbers.
Oh, no. I mean, my highest level character is level 299, and I need like I need over 2 million souls to level up.
Okay, it's comparable to Neo 2 then. Okay.
Yeah. That being said, like, there are no real challenges in this game that require you to be that high level. I mean, New Game Plus keeps getting harder and harder the more you go, the more times you play the game over and over.
Right.
But yeah, like, oh dear, almost forgot about you. Speaking of knowing your damage types, piercing damage versus knights. Because armor. Yes. Bashing damage is interesting because it does work really well against knights, but for a different reason, in that it deals a lot of poise damage. I don't know about harder for them to recover, but stunning them is very effective. Because then you get to do a crit, and that's very bad for them. Okay. Go and get the talisman, go and visit some old friends.
Oh. Talisman first, then Old Friends.
Talisman first, then.
And probably a good time to do new video since we just hit 24 minutes.
Oh, really? That took... Okay, yeah. Let's switch.